Hey guys, how's it going? Ted's back again with another episode of the Spurs career mode, and it's time for the Europa League knockout rounds. We've got Standard Liège, Belgian side, away from home in the first leg in the rain, unfortunately, and it's going to be a tough game. We've made it out of the group stages. We're going to try and make the first leg count for something. Pick up an away goal or two if we possibly can, because that could be crucial, especially with these two-legged ties in Europe. If you remember, if you were subscribed to me for FIFA 13 and my Sunderland and Borussia Dortmund career mode, then we actually were able to knock out a couple of sides on away goals, so it could be crucial. And Nani puts us 1-0 up in the 50th minute. Fantastic finish, being involved in the build-up and then popping up on the edge of the box with a powerful rifled finish. And that is a great start for us at the beginning of the second half. And they weren't really too offensive, to be completely honest. It felt like I was the home side. They weren't particularly adventurous when it came to pressing forward, and Paulinho's going to come very, very close there to picking us up a second a little bit later on. But they were not adventurous, but still occasionally would pop up with a decent chance, and we were having to call on Aris a couple of times here and there to make sure that we were able to keep a clean sheet. And Lamela there just trying to break away. I wasn't actually able to catch them on the counter-attack too many times, but this time it did work pretty well indeed. Christian Eriksen gets set away, just has so much time that he almost takes too much time to settle himself and take the shot. He seems to sort his feet out, and by that time the keeper was able to get set, make a decent save, and keep the ball from going into the back of the net. But Lamela gets a dodgy first touch there, but Soldado's on the overlap. Lovely turn inside and a tidy finish to pop the ball into the back of the net. That is his 19th goal in all competitions this year. He's been absolutely spectacular for us in every single game that he's played so far this season. And we were fortunate that their attacker wasn't able to pounce on that rebound. That could, if it had hit the defender's shin a little bit harder, potentially have bounced into the back of the net for an own goal. But thankfully, Lloris was on hand to snap up the loose ball, and we are able to take that 2-0 win into the second leg. But this next game is in the FA Cup. Now, if you remember, we played Newcastle recently, and they gave us an extremely tough game, and Brad Friedel was on hand to make a good save at the beginning of this one, and it was more of the same, to be completely honest. A particularly difficult game to play in. They were very, very good both in keeping possession and creating chances, and we had to bide our time when it came to creating our own, making sure that we picked the right passes at the right times. And unfortunately, Jackson Martinez isn't able to pick up his first goal for the club there, as Tim Krul makes a good save. And if you remember from the first game, Tim Krul made a couple of great saves to keep us at bay, but we were able to win that game 1-0, and Jackson Martinez could play a lovely lofted through ball towards Andros Townsend. His first touch isn't going to be the best, but he's able to keep it in play. He's got a runner from deep. It's Nasser Chadli. Great shot. Jackson Martinez on the rebound, but can't keep it down. It's a bit speculative to go for that kind of side scissor kick, and unfortunately on his left foot isn't able to keep the shot under control, and it flies over the bar. But I brought on Jermaine Defoe for Lewis Holtby, but crucially, I put him behind Jackson Martinez. I capped Martinez on the ball, or on the pitch rather, and I put Defoe on for Holtby in the cam roll, so that they were hopefully going to link up. But it was actually Martinez did it all by himself, nicking the ball away from two defenders, putting them under pressure. And how is that for a finish to pick up your first goal for your club? A crucial goal, one that we desperately needed coming towards the end of this FA Cup tie, and you can't get much better than that. That is an emphatic finish, smashing off the inside of the bar, down and nestles in that bottom corner. Absolutely wonderful finish, and that is him off the mark. That is his first goal for the club, and hopefully he can start to pick up some more for us as we come close with Danny Rose there, hitting the post after that late run from deep, which he's done a couple of times this season. Unfortunate not to score there on that particular time, but we are able to take a win, progress through to the next round of the FA Cup. But if you remember in the previous episode, we had an issue with fixtures, and I said it got worse. Here is the it got worse section. Absolutely horrific fixture rearrangements. As you can see, Norwich Monday, Everton Wednesday, Europa League Thursday. What is that? It was a problem for me last year on the Borussia Dortmund career mode. If you remember, if you were subscribed, then we had a Deutsche Pokal, or kind of German FA Cup semi-final one day, and then a Champions League quarter-final against Barcelona 24 hours later. And I was hoping to high heaven that EA had sorted that sort of fixture congestion problem out for this year's title, and it's clear that they just haven't. We actually have 6 games in a 10-day period. It's just retarded, absolutely insane, and it's just not fair, because I know we have a decent squad, but still, even with the squad depth that we've got, it's going to be an extremely tough task to be able to get positive results in every single one of those games, let alone to be able to compete with the likes of Everton and in a European knockout tie. I was just so infuriated, and I let my feelings go out on Twitter, and I tweeted at EA. But you never get any response from them when it comes to things like that, and they don't seem to take any sort of notice. So I would presume that it's still going to be a problem when we come to do the career mode for the next gen version of FIFA 14, which will of course be coming up in the next month or so. And you would presume that they're not going to take any notice for FIFA 15 either. But anyway, let's stop ranting about EA, shall we? Let's get into the game. And we've actually got Norwich away from home in the snow, which is horrible. I mean, I'm not very good in the rain at the best of times, but in the snow, it's so hard on FIFA 14 this year with the increased emphasis on first touches and close control. It's just so bad in the snow, and the engine on current gen just isn't very good at all. So they made a change, bring on Luciano Becchio to try and get themselves back in the game. It didn't work. Becchio's not the sort of player to change a game in the Premier League, and we were fortunate to run away 1-0 winners. It was a no-show of a game, just not really much happened. As you can see, Norwich had one shot in the entire 90-minute period, and you will have seen a fair few of those 7 shots that we had, particularly the 4 on target. But nonetheless, we get 3 points, and they could be particularly crucial considering we're still trying to catch up with those teams in the European positions, and we want to get ourselves to at least a Europa League spot. Look at that, 2 games in the next 2 days. I'm just going to have to grin and bear it, I think. But as you can see, we are 6th in the league right now, 1 point behind Newcastle with a game in hand, so we can get into those European positions if we can get a positive result against Everton. But of course, as you can see, they're not far behind us as well, having a decent season themselves, so it's going to be a tough game. They gave us a run for our money when we played them at Goodison Park earlier on in the season. They ended up beating us 3-2, coming back from 2-1 behind. So it is not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination, especially with a tired squad. But that is going to bring this particular episode to a close. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave the video a like as always. And if you aren't subscribed already, then do feel free to do so. There will be a link in the description and an annotation on screen over the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. And if you missed the previous episode, then there will be a link in the annotation on screen over the play button to take you to that particular video, episode number 17. But that is going to bring this one to a close. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.